What's going on, guys? It's LadyB, and welcome back to Beyond the TownHall. Whether you're a Clash of Clans player, Brawl Stars player, or Clash Royale player, my next guest is likely a staple on your YouTube channel. This week, we dive in with Chief Pat, and we get some great insight into his journey. Stay tuned, and you're going to see some of your viewer questions in there as well. My guest this week really needs no introduction, but he is one of the pioneers of mobile gaming on YouTube, the bringer of eSports to Clash of Clans, the OG Chief himself, Chief Pat. Thank you so much for joining me today on Beyond the TownHall.
Wow, what an intro. I don't know how to follow that up. LadyB, happy to be here. Super excited to get back to my roots. It's been a long time since I started playing Clash of Clans in 2012, so happy to dive in, answer any questions, and have a lot of fun.
That actually brings me to a very first question here from Jayonic. Do you miss those good old Clash days? And is there a chance of you coming back to playing Clash of Clans a little bit more?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, first and foremost, I do miss those good old days. I don't think I'll ever have more fun playing mobile games than I will when I first downloaded Clash of Clans. I remember just downloading it the first time, and within 15 minutes, I texted all my friends. I was like, you guys all have to play this. This game is the jam. And just like that, you know, that like warm feeling when you're playing a game and it's so much fun and you're like, man, probably a year from now, I'm not going to have that same feeling about that game. That was it with Clash of Clans. Like it was truly awesome. And I definitely do miss those days. I've wanted to pick it back up again, but honestly, I'm such a noob nowadays. And I feel like it's super intimidating that I need to get the Tribe Pro team to give me some advice. But, overall, I definitely do miss those days. I'm hoping maybe sometime this year, now that I have a video editor, which is a godsend, that I can, get some quick videos to him and have some fun. So we'll see if we can bring it back. But those were definitely, my favorite times on YouTube playing Clash of Clans.
How did you wind up going into Clash of Clans? Was that your first mobile game, or did you find something else before then? How did you wind up in the world of mobile gaming?
So I had always been a gamer. I generally picked like 1 or 2 games a year that I played really hardcore. I didn't I wasn't the guy going to GameStop buying 6 video games a year or anything like that. I usually found a game that I loved, like World of Warcraft or Call of Duty, and I just played the heck out of it. And I remember on mobile, I played Doodle Jump and a bunch of those other games, like from way back when. Tap Tap Revenge, big shout out there. But when I found Clash of Clans, like that was the first game where I was like, oh man, mobile games have a depth that I didn't think they had. And I was instantly hooked. I mean, side note, I was supposed to be studying for my accounting exam in college when I found it. So probably not a good idea. I'm pretty sure I had an F on that exam. But safe to say that it changed my life. And, really, I just at that point, I had never played a game like that before on mobile. And now we've seen, the Call of Duty mobiles of the world, the PUBG mobiles of the world, the Clash Royales, the Brawl Stars, the everything else, which have shown that mobile gaming can stack up with PC and console gaming. But Clash of Clans was really that first one. And that's like why it has such a special place in my heart.
Jayonic also asked what makes it special as a mobile game, and what do you think the reason it hasn't died already? Because Clash of Clans is just out of its 7th year, and even picking up in sales, it's going strong.
I feel like Clash of Clans is really a game for everyone. I feel like I've never played a mobile game where more of like my friends who wouldn't identify themselves as gamers play, but also Clash of Clans has like such a hardcore community judged by like how big the content scene is and like how much revenue that the game has. Like when I have, my friends from home, they still play Clash of Clans. I have new friends that I made down here in Texas when I moved to Texas. They had played Clash of Clans. It's like, for me, the one global game that everyone sort of heard from and played. And that's just because that whether you're a casual who's just collecting their mines and pumps, literally like one of my old friends, she only collected her mines and pumps and reached Town Hall 8, which is like psychotic, by the way. But like that's one end of the spectrum. And then the other end of the spectrum, you have people, like our Clash of Clans pro team who are playing in front of thousands of people in person competing for $1 million prize pool. I think that's pretty unique among most games where almost everyone has played Clash of Clans at some point and had a lot of fun. So that's been exciting for me to watch. And then just like with the revival of the game in 2019 was pretty stunning in my eyes. I mean, this was the first year, I think, since like 2014 that Clash of Clans did more revenue than the previous year. And generally, like revenue is how a lot of people can like publicly track the success of a game. So to see Clash of Clans make a comeback, to see, some of your favorite creators come back and post videos, to see current creators keep killing it, to see the first ever world championship. I mean, it's really unprecedented for a game to last this long, whether PC or console or mobile. And like, I'm super happy with Clash of Clans, like being the first mobile game that I fell in love with, that it's, once again near the top of the charts. I'm pretty sure that Clash of Clans is still Supercell's most popular game as far as daily players go, which is just a testament to how crazy popular it is.
You spoke about content creation and how that's helped keep it going. How did you wind up starting to do YouTube? Was it Clash of Clans, or were you doing it before then?
Yeah, Clash of Clans was my first game that I posted online. Like, I had never made videos in my life before Clash of Clans. I barely watched YouTube other than cat videos, but found the game. I think I went through like the first 14 levels of the single player maps, and I was looking for guides online. And the game was so new that no one had done any single player guides. And for some reason, I said like, hey, it would be fun to post videos on this. I'll figure out how to do this, and we'll sort of make it happen. So I started recording my videos in my laundry room of my dorm, because that was the only place with strong enough Wi-Fi. And then I would record the audio in my car, because my roommate would like chain smoke cigarettes in our room, so I couldn't do audio there. He barely even spoke English, just loved smoking cigarettes, and sort of judged me for playing Clash of Clans. So those were my humble beginnings back in the day, just out of the love of the game and having fun with it. And I remember, like, after I got my first 10 subscribers, like, I was messaging my friends or thinking that my mom had subscribed to my channel, but it was sort of the start of a revolution of mobile gaming, which was, really cool. And obviously for myself and my career, super fortunate to have been there early on for it. But it was the start of something awesome. And I remember for the first couple of months, I tried to keep my channel hidden from Supercell, because I thought they were going to copyright strike me and delete it. So I like wouldn't cross promote it anywhere, wouldn't keep it anywhere but YouTube. And I remember one day that Steve, the ex-community manager for Clash of Clans, commented on one of my videos saying, "Nice video, Chief." And I knew that I was in the clear and they didn't want to destroy my channel. So really humble beginnings, but safe to say it changed my life forever.
Now you are not only one of the top YouTubers, you are a CEO of an eSports company. Did you ever expect your career to go in that path? At what point did you realize that you could push in that direction?
Yeah, no way. I mean, I remember when my channel like first started, I think I was making $10 a day off of YouTube, and my mom came down and visited me at school. I said, "Mom, listen up. I'm about to get free Chipotle every day for the next couple of years." She's like, "That is amazing." I'm like, "Yeah, $10 a day. Let's go." And I thought it would just be something I did alongside my job that I had in college, or when I graduated college. But then quickly it sort of spiraled into this huge thing where it made sense to go in full time, which was nuts. And for me, like, I've just seen year over year mobile gaming change on YouTube, whether, from the early days when it was only Clash of Clans to, eventually Clash Royale came out, Brawl Stars, non-Supercell games started becoming popular. Obviously, eSports started hitting mobile gaming. So definitely couldn't have foreseen any of this. But now that, I'm over 7 years into YouTube and eSports and gaming, I just see that this thing has like barely gotten started. I really feel like mobile's become more and more of a buzzword within the gaming community and the esports community. We've seen brands and sponsors become interested. We've seen more creators pop up over and over and over again. Honestly, nothing makes me feel older than we'll like sign a player for a game and they're 18 and they're like, "Yeah, I've been watching your video since I was 11. And I'm like, "Oh my God, what am I doing with my life?" That like really stunts me to my core, but it's also cool to have been there sort of since moment one to see this all develop. And really had no idea this would become my job. Thought I would be doing something in finance or anything else. But now, with over 2,000 videos later, multiple esports teams, creators as part of Tribe Gaming, it's a crazy, crazy world that we live in, but I couldn't ask for anything else.
Logan has a really great question here, asking how hard it was at first to found an esports organization. He used to watch your videos and update news on your idea to do this, and that you were originally planning on doing it with a Vainglory team. What were the origins of that, of starting Tribe Gaming and getting things going for you?
Like, rewinding back in 2015, I had always been a huge fan of League of Legends esports. That was like the one game besides mobile that I played over like the last 8 years. And for that, like, being such a huge fan, I actually talked to one of the franchises back at that point about purchasing a slot in the LCS, before I later realized, wait, I'm a mobile gamer. Doesn't really make sense for me to, get into a league where it's all about PC and console gaming at the time. So even though I was super passionate, I was also super new. So I decided to sort of wait my time out. And eventually with BangBangAure, really starting up the first Western mobile esports or franchise program, it finally made sense for me to dive in, which I was so excited about because I had been waiting for so long. And really since that point, we've seen mobile esports grow from just being, focused around Vainglory to where now I'm pretty sure the biggest esports league in the entire world is the KPL out for, or actually the biggest like game in the world is around Honor of Kings and the KPL out in China. I mean, mobile is just exploded. Like on a personal development point for myself, I think a lot of people don't realize that sort of how isolated you are as a content creator and a YouTuber. I don't go into an office every day. I don't necessarily go into a classroom every day. It's sort of just me and my YouTube channel, with no one really relying on me or me relying on anyone else. I just film my videos. If you have an editor, you work with an editor, but that's basically it. And transitioning from that to now at Tribe Gaming, we have, over 20 players. We have over 12 content creators. We have employees. We just signed a lease for our office down here in Austin, Texas. Like for me, on a personal development standpoint, that's been wild. From just being sort of a lone wolf to now leading a company and, pushing us forward. So that's been really the most interesting thing for me over the last 2 years, being part of Tribe Gaming, learning how all that works. But also it's been something really exciting. It can sort of stink just being behind your office desk all day. And I'm a super social person. I'm crazy. You guys have seen all the videos of me skydiving, playing Clash of Clans and everything else. I like to get out there and do stuff. And now being like surrounded by similarly minded people is, really helped me grow as a person and also been a lot of fun. Esports is a very tricky and complicated, very, very tricky and complicated business that, fortunately for myself, I think I had a huge advantage already being a content creator, and being like sort of one of the leading faces of mobile gaming. But now that we've figured it out a bit, although it's still a bit is yet left unsolved, I'm really happy with, what we've been able to build so far, whether with my co-founder, John, our employees and everything else. It's really fun. And I think we're honestly just at the beginning.
Has it been difficult picking that team to get together? As far as the people that you trust, that you go to, people that have helped you build this from the ground, not just the player teams, but your actual team in doing this. How do you select people that you can trust on that level?
It's super difficult, especially like with online only sort of relationships, to find people who you work with and meld with really well. Obviously, John joined Tribe Gaming very shortly after we were founded, and he's really been a godsend on the operations side. If you guys don't know John, he was actually the biggest Clash of Clans YouTuber in Germany back in like 2013 to 2015, before he left to work for the company that created Vainglory. Then he joined Tribe full time. He's been amazing, and hugely like inspirational behind the company. Obviously, we have Caro, who's been doing our social media for the last few years. She's been amazing on the community side. Matt, aka Nightlight on eSports. There's been so many helping hands here, and really, I feel like there's still so much more of an opportunity for new talent to enter into esports and gaming. I get questions all the time about people who say, I want to get into esports after I graduate high school or after I graduate college. Or I get parents that come to me saying, hey, my son or my daughter wants to get involved in esports and gaming. The reality is that there's so much opportunity for people who have passion and have a skill set to be a part of this. Like, we're desperate for people at Tribe Gaming who, share our values and want to do something cool within esports and mobile gaming, and who are professional and, want to put in the work. It's like an open slate. Like I feel like for some of the roles, we're out hiring people now for sales and other roles. I feel like we have one of the coolest opportunities you could possibly have. And I really feel like in esports, a lot of companies and teams are craving people and willing to compensate people well who want to be involved with it. So if I had advice to people who wanted to break through, one, obviously, work on honing your skill set, whether it's in, content, becoming a videographer, becoming a video editor, whether it's in sales, working and getting a business degree, or starting somewhere, starting with a smaller team and working your way up. There's so many avenues into esports where I feel like the opportunities are really endless. It's just a matter of, being hungry and going after it, and you can make it happen. And if you're one of those people, definitely hit us up at info@tribegaming.gg. That's right.
How did you decide to pick Dark Looters as your first Clash of Clans esports team?
First of all, like, the opportunity when it came to us to enter into competitive Clash of Clans for me was almost like going full circle. I had started my career with Clash of Clans. I posted videos for over 3 years, inevitably moved on to Clash Royale, then Brawl Stars. But to have Clash of Clans have this renaissance with really like a focus around esports was super exciting for me and something I wanted to be involved in personally. And then just like strictly from a competitive perspective, obviously it was really exciting what they were doing with the World's qualifiers leading to the championship out in Germany. So when I heard of the news, literally the very first person I messaged was Itsu. I had known Itsu from the previous builder-based tournament, from other times we'd interacted at Supercell HQ. Obviously, I'd known of Dark Looters and the success they had in the past. So first thing I did when we got the news was message Itsu, I think back in like February or March of 2019. And, after just a few conversations together, obviously with myself being a creator, like I sort of got Itsu and what he was doing with creation. We were pretty hands off with the team, wanting to support them with however they sort of needed to. And it was really just a fit. And we couldn't have asked for like a better group of guys to enter the scene with. Obviously, he did end up destroying me in the builder-based tournament. I'm just happy I got second place. We don't talk about that. But it was a lot of fun, and they've been amazing to work with.
Yeah, that was a question Jaonic had about how it felt losing against Itsu in that, and interesting that you brought him on. So I guess that gave you a little admiration for him, that push to say, hey, this is the guy I want along on my team.
Yeah, no, like honestly, I was just so happy to make the final. I hadn't played Clash of Clans, I think, in a year and a half, and I had beat like 2 people to get to the final, so I was already stoked. And then Itsu just totally destroyed me, but still. I'm pretty sure after we signed the contracts, like we had made some references to that in the builder base thing. So it's been fun. He doesn't bring it up too much. He doesn't want to get me mad, but he knows that he steamrolled me at that event. Good times.
Crazy Moving, formerly from One Hive. I think you might know that name. He wants to know, what made you choose the name Tribe Gaming? Where did that name come from?
So much of what we do as creators and within esports is so separated. Everyone behind their desk, on their device, on their iPad, on their OnePlus, on their whatever. And for me, and like whether personally or when it comes to like just building a coalition, I wanted to build a group of people that were pretty together and united. And when I think of that, I think of like a tribe where everyone's working together towards like a common goal, whether it's in competitive gaming, whether it's as creators, or whether it's even just as a business. So that resonated with us when we threw around a bunch of names like for what we could sort of do. And, sort of just being part of this universal tribe was pretty, it just sort of made sense. So I like that. I like that motto for what we're doing, especially now that we're going to have our first ever office down here in Austin, Texas. Really excited to have people in person working together towards that same vision. Obviously, we just brought in a bunch of amazing creators into the tribe, who we are sort of calling like #TeamTribe and everything else. But just putting everyone together, with their talents, their skills into one big group towards a common goal makes me think of a tribe. So that's about it.
Spacman asks, what's your favorite esport that Tribe Gaming has no connection to?
Ooh, interesting. So I think if it was mobile, we'd probably be a part of it. So I'll skip mobile. I'll say in the PC and console world, I've been a fan of League of Legends esports in the past. I'll watch it here and there for the Worlds events. But one esports that I truly love, and I think everyone loves, is Rocket League. It's so easy to pick up, so easy to understand. So watching those cars fly around the arena, really fun to me. It's thrilling. Like anytime you're just casually browsing Twitch or YouTube and you see a Rocket League stream, you throw it on, like 10 minutes in, you're like on the edge of your seat. So I think I would definitely pick that for my favorite one outside of what we're involved in right now.
And they do so well. If you go to any of the big events, gaming events, DreamHack, they always pull in a huge crowd. It's amazing to see. And it doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you know it or not. You just stand there and watch it.
It's so easy. Anyone, my mom and dad could watch Rocket League and figure it out. And I think that's what's really cool about that as an esport. Not every esport has that. Like Clash of Clans can get a little crazy, but you can understand the 1, 2, 3 star system. But Rocket League truly is like such an easy one to pick up and say, okay, they scored a goal. GG.
So I have a question from Shogun relating to Rockets, and I think this is a Clash Royale. I think this is a Clash Royale question, because I don't play Clash Royales and I don't know it, but it sounds like a Clash Royale thing. He wants to know, how does it feel to miss all rockets? And if Clash added a rocket spell, then what?
Yeah, my lawyers have advised me not to comment, so I'll leave that one there, Shogun. You know what would happen.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. I had a viewer the other day ask if Galadon is really your dad.
Is that
another lawyer thing?
Yeah, again, that falls into the lawyer thing, but happy to have Galadon as part of the tribe. A lot of people were asking, why it took so long to bring your own dad into your company, but super, super happy to have him here officially, and that's about all I can say about that. I'll leave you guys the mystery.
I have a longtime viewer and follower, Darian Vorlick, who would love for you to say hello to his wife. So he's a huge Chief Pat fan.
Oh, wow. Darian, of course. Hello. Actually, that's really funny because I'm pretty sure how the story goes. When Darian first started working at Supercell, he said that his wife would watch some of my videos in the past. And I think that might be sort of how he got connected to the game. So Darian, if that's true for how you sort of got your in with Supercell, then I'll take a 10% royalty on your salary. Don't worry about it.
Hashtag fear the
Hello,
tribe.
Mrs. Darian.
Brad, Shadow Puppet, would like to know how you feel about bringing about the greatest change in Clash of Clans history, more goblin maps.
Honestly, like it's pretty disgraceful that I haven't actually completed the new goblin maps. I was campaigning for that for years, literally years. They actually let me design one that way back in the day that they never ended up using, called X marks the spot, which was literally just a gigantic X of expos trying to tear through like everything inside of your army. Honestly, very happy they have it. I feel like if I ever did dive back into Clash of Clans, like full dive in, then I would definitely go through and do the single player maps again. But yeah, I mean, single player maps is how I got my start. I remember, I think I was on like single player map 25, and I told my audience that I had halfway beaten Clash of Clans, and that was like a week into playing the game. So little did I know that like things got much more serious from that point, and single player maps and lazy farming wouldn't necessarily stand the test of time.
Isaiah would like to know where you got the idea of the Defenseless Town Hall series.
Ooh, I don't even remember. I remember back then, like I remember I did a quest to 2,000 trophies, and it was people's minds were blown. And like I thought I was sort of cool, but in reality, I was so bad. Like just like dropping like 8 pekkas. And I was like, all right, guys, we're doing a quest to 2,000 trophies, and I hit it, and it was legit like I just landed on the moon. Which we were just so new back then. Like I feel like things were so innocent in the early days of Clash of Clans, where whether it was doing that or the Defenseless Town Hall, like crazy ideas would pop up and I would sort of just do it. And it was so much fun and people got such a kick out of it. Nowadays, like there's so many things going around. People have done almost everything that it's pretty hard to be unique. But yeah, the Defenseless Town Hall was something that just popped up. I was like, hey, what if we just attacked only and found out what happened? And I knew it would sort of make sense giving like the shield timings that I could get a couple of good attacks in. But that one was a lot of fun. And I'll definitely have to log into that account sometime soon and see what's happened.
Shide would like to know why you were the biggest troll in the game, telling people to put builder huts in the corner of their bases, which caused a lot of time fails. What do you have to say for your actions?
Yeah, wow. I mean, I remember, I don't know if I can take credit for that one. I think someone else did it, and I'm pretty sure I just found it, and I thought it was a good idea. Maybe like I had found a random base, but yeah, I remember when I posted a YouTube video on that. It was like next level strategy that you could send people out for time fails. So do people still actually do that now?
Occasionally, yes, but not very often because it doesn't happen as much and people know it. But what we still see are the troll Teslas in the corners. I think that was like the lead over too. Every once in a while, we do see those builder hut time fails. It happens on occasion now.
I love it. I'll do it for my base now.
Van asks, what do you look for when going out and finding players to represent the brand Tribe Gaming?
That's a great question. I think a lot of people might think that when people go out looking for, recruiting players or teams, the only thing they care about is competitive success. Obviously, that is a massive, massive part to the equation. But for us, it's going to be much more than that. One, we need to know if this person or this group are easy to work with. They're going to, be able to get stuff done that we might need to get done. They're going to show up to events. They're going to be on time, everything else. Obviously, with content creation, we're founded by creators with myself and John. So having guys that are interested or girls interested in making content is obviously huge to us, to, be able to bring more notoriety and viewership to what we're sort of building at the tribe. Building into our family and being passionate at the brand is also important for us. I think with players come in and they're just sort of like only focuses around Tribe Clash of Clans, that's okay. But if they really buy into the Tribe family, like we have a big Tribe group private Discord where we have all of our pro players, all of our creators, all of our high level management. And, we get excited about events that are going on, new videos that are coming out, new partnerships, new, obviously competitions and like the world finals where we can watch it together. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that really can buy into that, and genuinely have that personality to go alongside the competitive spirit. I would think those are like the overhanging things. You can get into the nitty gritty on the competitive side, how much of a team player someone is, their ability to communicate amongst the team, their ability to like put aside their ego and sacrifice for the team. There's a lot of different things there, but really for us, a mix mash of all these things together makes that perfect ideal player. So this is something we generally go through. Our head of eSports, Matt, aka Nightlight, vets for all the groups that we work with, and no doubt our Clash of Clans guys have been some of the easiest ones, and some of the happiest ones we've been to work with so far because they've all been really easy. They're also a little bit older and a bit more mature, which I think helps out as well. But couldn't be more happy to have those guys as part of the gang.
Tribe Gaming recently picked up some new Brawl Stars players. I believe they were formerly Nova players. And how was that decision? And how did you pursue players coming from another team and get them along on the Tribe team?
So first of all, the group that we picked up, Tom, Spen, and Cerulean, amazing guys. They just won the World Championship back in Korea. And when we, finished up our 2019 year, we sort of took a look at the roadmap for what the possibilities were for us. We knew we wanted to stay either in like North America or Europe, given like the Western theme we have around Tribe. And when we examined the opportunities, we found that, this former world champion team would actually be looking for a new home. So we got a chance to get the guys on a call, screen through them. They turned out to be like literally some of the nicest guys, if not the nicest guys in the entire community, alongside being passionate about creating content. All of them have been posting on their YouTube channels. I mean, of course, there's some of the top competitors like within all of Brawl Stars. They literally just won the World Finals. So pretty quickly after we got in contact with them, we realized that things would be a perfect fit, and it'd be great to make some noise together. We've had some really cool announcements already in 2020, whether it's with Galadon and Carbonfin joining the Tribe, whether Nick and Mold, Ferg and Hawksnest from Call of Duty Mobile. But really on the competitive front, this was our first big announcement, bringing these three guys into the Tribe full time, and couldn't be more excited about that. So had a little bit of trouble in our first qualifier for Europe, but Europe does get 3 spots at the Brawl Stars World Championship. So super confident in these guys to turn it around, and couldn't ask for a better group of guys.
Well, I think we're very much looking forward to seeing great things coming from Tribe, not just on the Clash of Clans front with the new Tribe that has formed, but with Brawl Stars and Clash Royale. So lots of big things to come for you guys. Any parting advice you gave some advice for people looking to move into esports, but any parting words and advice for content creators who were once where you were at the start and looking to continue to push through in a career?
The landscape has changed so much from when I started on YouTube. When I had started, I mean, people were literally recording their iPads with their phone. Like, people were recording with potatoes back in the day. So safe to say now, with the OJs of the world and whoever else, that the quality bars increased significantly. I think the age-old adage is always been to create something unique, and you're going to be discovered in the very end. And that would definitely be my best advice for anyone coming in. If you're going to come in and do Let's Plays, or you're going to come in and do something that's already being done by, a Galadon or whoever else, you're probably going to find it hard to have that traction. But if you can find something unique that you do, whether it's, CWA and Clash Royale bringing on the pro players, whether it's OJ having the high, tech reviews within Clash Royale, whether it's Kairos and Lex with the unique content they do around Brawl Stars, finding that unique niche that like ties you to that game, I think is mega important, and the best way to grow a new channel. Like, if I was someone starting a new channel, depending on the scope of what you could do, I would be trying to do these unique challenges that no one else would be doing on my channel. If I was doing it on a budget, I would just do simple stuff you do in game, whether, I did the Defenseless TownHall series back in the day, something like that to catch eyeballs. But if I wanted to go crazy, I would do like, some high production, who knows, like jumping into a Shark Tank while playing Clash of Clans, like stuff like that that's going to catch people's eyes. You have to be unique if you're just starting up your channel. Otherwise, it's going to be tough. Like, if I posted the videos that I posted right now with 0 subscribers, it'd be really hard to build an audience because, most of my videos aren't necessarily unique to like my brand and what I'm doing. But if you're just starting up, definitely recommend being unique, collaborate with other creators around your size, tie yourself probably to one game and become like fully engulfed in the community. And hopefully you'll be able to make that push to grow your channel and your following. I've seen a lot of people do it. Kairos and Lex have done it recently. Ray's done it within Brawl Stars. Especially getting in early with a new game is super great as well. But as we've seen within Clash of Clans, a lot of these games have an amazing lifespan.
LadyB in a Shark Tank playing Clash of Clans, next to come.
Do it.
That's all I heard there.
Do it up.
Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us today and taking the time out, especially since you've been sick. Wishing you the best of luck with Tribe and it moving forward. So happy to see you bringing this to Clash of Clans. You're the first person to bring us esports and get the ball rolling with the World Champs coming up. It was the most exciting announcement I have seen to come in Clash of Clans personally, because I've been a huge supporter of the competitive scene. So thank you so much from me personally, and I know the war community loves it as well because it's made for an interesting 2019 for us and a push forward into 2020. So thank you again, Chief Pat.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on. Thanks for spreading the good word for Clash of Clans and Clash of Clans esports. And couldn't be more excited for this year. Keep crushing it with good content, and I'm sure I'll see you at the next event.
I hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Beyond the Town Hall, and it happens to come off of an amazing win for the Clash of Clans Tribe Gaming team in the ESL Town Hall 13 Cup. If you didn't catch any of it, I'm going to leave a link to the VOD on my Twitch channel to catch the finals, the entire 6 hours of it, but you can flip through to the very end if you want to catch it there. And for next week, we have Itsu from Tribe Gaming as our next guest. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you'd like to see more, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. I will leave links to my social media in the description below if you'd like to follow me there as well. And until next time, this is LadyB. I'll catch you guys later.